The American Revolution was more than just a fight for independence. It was the birth of a new nation, a revolution of ideas that would shape the course of history. But how did it happen, and what made it so significant? Today, we'll take a deep dive into the revolution that transformed America from 13 colonies into a new nation. It didn't happen overnight. The American Revolution was sparked by years of tension between Britain and its colonies. After a series of taxes like the Stamp Act and the Tea Act, colonists were fed up. They believed they shouldn't be taxed without representation in Parliament. In 1773, things escalated when a group of angry colonists disguised as Mohawk Indians boarded British ships and dumped tea into Boston Harbor. This became known as the Boston Tea Party, a bold act of defiance that would set the stage for war. No taxation without representation. April 1775. The battles of Lexington and Concord marked the start of armed conflict between the colonies and Britain. The colonists were outnumbered, outtrained, and up against one of the most powerful empires in the world. But they had one thing the British didn't: a burning desire for freedom. Then, on July 4, 1776, the Second Continental Congress approved the Declaration of Independence. Drafted by Thomas Jefferson, it was more than just a declaration of war, it was a declaration of values. The colonists were fighting not just for independence but for the belief that all men are created equal. With leaders like George Washington and help from France, the colonies managed to hold their own. They scored critical victories at places like Saratoga, and ultimately, with the British surrender at Yorktown in 1781, the war was won. The war might have been over, but the real challenge was just beginning: how to build a nation from scratch. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed, officially recognizing American independence. Now, the colonies had to figure out how to govern themselves. After the failure of the Articles of Confederation, a stronger, more unified government was created with the U.S. Constitution in 1787. For the first time, the world saw a republic built on democratic principles, with checks and balances and individual rights enshrined in the Bill of Rights. But the American Revolution was more than just a political event. It was a revolution of ideas. The concept of self-government, the idea that power should come from the consent of the governed, was groundbreaking. It inspired revolutions around the world, from France to Latin America. And for Americans, the revolution set the foundation for the ideals of freedom and equality that would continue to evolve over time, influencing civil rights movements, women's suffrage, and more. The legacy of the American Revolution lives on today. Though the path has been rocky, the values of liberty, democracy, and justice continue to shape the nation. From expanding the right to vote to the ongoing fight for equality, the spirit of the revolution remains a vital part of the American identity. The American Revolution wasn't just about breaking free from Britain, it was about creating a new vision of what a nation could be. And even though America has changed a lot since 1776, those revolutionary ideals still shape the country today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to Epic Era, and let us know in the comments. How do you think the American Revolution continues to influence the world today?